Morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been playing drums since 1998. Yes, I'm old. Started in 8th grade. And, been teaching since 2003. I have a bachelor's, master's, PhD in music education, but I still have a lot of stuff to work on with my own practicing. When I marched snare. And today I'm going to be working on tenors, as, a snare drummer. So I'm going to be working on Beatlicious, which is from the book Quad Logic by Bill Bachman. And if you are curious, in these live streams I share like how I practice, what I'm doing to improve things, etc. And I will often respond to questions from the various chats that I have up as I am multi-streaming across multiple different platforms. When people ask me questions, I will often take those questions and turn them into a response that is like an edited, fine-tuned version that I put into this playlist, the Drumming Tips playlist. There are a lot of drumming tips in here, several hours worth, and if you don't like the title of it, sometimes there are several other tips after it in the description using the timestamps that might be of interest to you. Now, if you want to find the thousands, literally thousands of free play-alongs that I use, go to my home tab of YouTube where we got the drumming, the gaming, the computer science stuff organized, and just click here, and it'll show you every one of the play-alongs that I use. Any of the ones that say members first are scheduled to release, so they will be coming out in the future. Just stay tuned. A new one releases daily. If you'd like to find everything organized neater, just go to /drum on my website, up here. And that'll take you to this page where you can find 55 chop exercises, over 900 grid variations. I'll have even more scheduled for release by the end of this week. We've got 55 drum charts, a lot of timing exercises. I think there's like over 100 timing exercises between all of these 4 playlists. Over 250 marching bass related stuff. And by the end of this week, there will be over 250 technique exercises, either currently out or scheduled to release. And then here's the tips and the live streams. Now, if you're curious what kind of sticks, pads, and all that stuff I use, just go here. Books and gear I recommend. That's what I recommend. Now, before we get started, we're going to get motivated with Shia LaBeouf here. I have a feeling a lot of people might need it this morning. So, Shia, help me out. Here we go. Do it! Just do it! I was early. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit. And you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Yeah. I have a feeling some of you could use that motivation this morning. Now, speaking of motivation, I like to start these streams with like a quote that resonates with me. And this is from a Buddhist philosophy and thought. It's the quote of, "This too shall pass." Very simple quote, but regardless of what's happening in life right now, whether it's with your relationships, with your job, with like how good you are at drumming, etc., this too shall pass. So both the good things and the bad things. If you're interested in that concept, I really recommend looking it up. There's some really interesting stories that relate to that from Buddhist philosophy. But hopefully that resonates with y'all. Now, we are going to warm up. I'm going to stretch and massage, and then I'm going to work on Beatlicious. I'm specifically working on refining it, so I'm going to really work on playing zones today, work on my left-hand angles, because it is too flat. I'm using too much of a Germanic approach instead of, like an American or even a French approach. But before we do that, I want to warm up. So I'm going to warm up with an older exercise, float drags. There are several variations inside of this playlist, and I'm going to do it with, where's it at? Flam 5. Yeah. And we'll just set it to a nice comfy 140 using the timestamps in the description to jump to any BPM from 40 all the way up to 200. Let's turn up the volume. pass rep. A little stretch and massage. Yeah. All right, let's stretch your massage now. So, first thing we're going to do, take my sticks, hold them like this. Palms are up. Pull in, push out. Now, by the way, to clarify what I was talking about with the idea of this too shall pass, it's for any kind of anything, whether it's viewed as good, bad, neutral. The point is this too shall pass. So if things are going great for you, that too shall pass. If things are going bad for you, that too shall pass. So it's a really interesting concept. For people who are unfamiliar with it, I recommend looking it up. It's helpful to remember that not everything is just going to be straight growth. Everything's going to get better and better all the time. It's not how life works. If you do traditional grip, rotate and hold this way. Hold it here for 20 to 30 seconds, and rotate and hold this way for 20 to 30 seconds. But that'd be weird if you played tenors. But hey, you do you. I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. You could do it one at a time like this. You could do it on the wall like I demonstrated 2 days ago like this. Oh, that feels great. Or you could do it on your pad, a table, a large birch tree, a younger sibling, a Toyota Corolla, maybe even a pile of leaves. Whatever you got around you. We're now going to stretch the top side of the forearm. Whenever you're doing that, don't put all your weight into it. You could do it like that. You could do it on your legs like I did yesterday in the drum kit stream. Or you could do it on the wall. The higher you go, the deeper the stretch. We'll just go ahead and do this right here. Again, don't put all your weight into it. That's bad. Don't do that. Do. And now we're going to do thumb to thumb. Start with the larger muscles. Work your way towards the tips of your fingers when doing the stretching, massaging. Might need to start with your shoulders, triceps, biceps, depending on what you did. I do that in my workout beforehand, which was a great one this morning, but I'm pretty sore. Success. And there. Oh, ASMR. Enjoy. Oh, little one. And now we're going to massage. Trying to get nice and relaxed. Ooh. Relax. Relax. Forearms are a little tight this morning. Now I'm going to do thumb massaging the palm, fingers massaging the back of the hand. And then we'll do one more massage after this. And then we'll work on Beatlicious. The most licious of all the beats. Which again is from Bill Bachman's book, Quad Logic. You can find that if you scroll all the way down to the tips section at /drum on my website. The very first link in there is a link that shows you all the books and gear that I recommend. Most of those are Amazon affiliate links. We're going to massage base to tip a couple times each. And Quad Logic is under the rudimental section. Great book. Highly recommend. Teaches you all the basics. Another thing that I recommend for tenor players would be the Quad Method channel on YouTube. Also a great one. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're updating it anymore, at least last time I checked. There's a lot of like really cool like tenor drummers who just like stop creating content. Wamp, wamp. Alrighty. So, let me show you what I was talking about. If you're on YouTube, you can find it, the percussion and gear I recommend. It's a second link. So this one takes you straight to it. And so here's like drum kit books, some mallet books, but Quad Logic is there. I recommend it. There's some more stuff. And then here's like the tenor pads I'm using. We have pad on pad on pad. Ooh, wow. I want to get the new one though, as well. I'm thinking about getting it soon, in the next couple months. And then the sticks I'm using are the Hardeman hammers when I'm practicing, and then I'm going to use these tenor sticks now. But you can't see that. It's fun. Alright, so move that there. And then we'll pull out the Hardeman tenor sticks. There's a lot of really good tenor sticks out there, but I prefer these just because it's like a similar feel. They're just a little bit lighter and a little bit shorter and bigger tip than the other ones. Okay, so we're going to work on specifically my left hand. It's too flattened out when I'm playing. I want it to be like this. And we're going to work on playing zones. And I'm going to break down specific sections of this. So let's do that. Nope. Think so. Okay. So we're working on Beatlicious. Trying to improve it. Okay. We're going to go phrase by phrase or line by line. Just kind of depends on what's going on. I suppose I should add downbeat for the next measure. Okay. Now, we are going to pull this up so I can actually see how it went. Stop. Go back. Go back. Or not. Let's go here. There we go. So I can actually see. And full screen. All right, so we are going to be pulling this back up and just kind of like looking at the playing, the hands, and specifically checking out the like playing zones and whatnot. So let's slow this down. Okay, so my left hand is too close to the center right here of the head, which is not good. And I'm too far out on these. So I'm actually going really far forward on this, so I can be way more efficient with it. Okay, so now let's do this again. There we go. Whee! Stop trying to get me to review your app. The amount of ads on this particular metronome, it's quite impressive, actually. Okay. So for this particular phrase, the very first two beats of this, the flams are alternating flams. So very easy phrase, but the playing zones need to be as efficient as possible. So when I was just watching that, my left hand was going like way out here, but I can. The amount of motion that you're doing is actually very small. The hardest part is probably the accent taps rather than like what your hands are doing from going side to side. They just need to make sure that I'm not like turning my wrist like this or going like this, but instead I'm just moving my arms a little bit. Makes it so you have more consistent stroke because you don't want to have your wrist angle changing because then it changes the sound quality of your playing. So. Okay, overall that's better. So this one, the tendency was to go way up here. And I was also changing my right hand wrist angle a little bit. So it was flattening out like this, so it was turning into a German approach, as opposed to keeping it American or switching over to a French, where your thumb is on top, like that. So I need to make sure I'm not changing that wrist angle. So, no, I can't just jump into that. So this is flat, this is bad. Trying to see what it was feeling like and what it feels like now, so I can kind of compare the two. Gotta keep it low. And the motion is a lot less than I was doing, where I was going too far like this. Okay, so... Okay. Let's do that first measure again. Flawless. 1, 2, try again. Okay, so the next part. Do. A little weird. Need to make sure I'm not going too far over on this right hand. Ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum. Cross over here. And then, whoops. Cross over on this right hand. Into a pa-da-da. And release. So, oops. A little weird. Da-ga-da-ga-da-ga-da-ga-da. Just kind of ignoring the metronome. 1, 2, I'll go one beat before, and... yeah, the tap was too high and it like slurred out the rhythm. Flawless. Nope, my right hand angle changed. Don't want that. So this one's a little weird. Bum, 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 bum. And then it goes into here. Okay, so let's try the whole phrase, the whole line. And then we'll take a look at it in the instant replay. A little slurred out there. Okay. Instant replay. Here we go. Pause. Live. Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. Nope. Come on, show the full rep. You can do it. Believe in yourself. No. Wow, there's a bigger delay than I thought there would be. Okay, let's go to normal speed. Almost there. You can do it, Jared. Believe in yourself. All right, here it is. Okay, so we'll watch it at normal speed, and then we'll slow it down. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to watch this at quarter speed, and I'm going to point out some of the things that I'm going to work on here in a moment. Go slower. And go. Okay, so the playing zones were better. Here. A little bit. Okay, so my right hand is not changing as much as it was before. Improvement there. I'm still going out a little further than I want here, but I'm not going like all the way up here. I was over-exaggerating those motions previously. So that's an improvement. But right here, I'm playing too much forward with this. So look at this. The left hand in particular, see how high up that was? So I was just getting careless with the playing zones right there. Okay, on that particular part. So, whoops. Let's do the overhead one. Let's try this again. We will continue to refine. Play. So, that one. That one we need to work on. Oh, sorry. Low release. Onto the whole line. Low release. Flawless. Try it again. Ready? And. Okay, again. 1, 2, ready? And. Totally play that rhythm wrong. Or not the rhythm, the drums wrong. Again. Okay. Do I want to do the next phrase? No, not yet. Let's take a look at it from another angle. And if you're watching this on vertical, you're like, what other angle? It's switched on the horizontal. Ready? And. Okay, so better playing sounds on the but my hand was changing the angle again when doing this one. Going from here to here. So you need to maintain that wrist angle. Not flatten it out like this. For the right. 2, 1, 2, here we go. Two, 1, 2, ready, and. I also changed the wrist angle on that very last part. The right hand turning out like that. Small motions, just a very simple diddle. Don't need to change the angle. Be a good hand. 1, 2, ready, and. My brain was elsewhere. 2, ready, and. Nope. I keep wanting to put my left hand here instead of the. 1, 2, here we go. 2. 1, 2, ready, Okay. Let's take a look at it from this angle. So we will do the review of it real quick. 1, 2, ready, Okay. So now we pull up the instant replay. Stop. And live. Boop. Okay. So let's watch it at normal speed, and then we'll slow it down. Yeah, so my left hand is still flatter than I'd like. Let's take a look at it again. And this time we'll watch it quarter speed. Changing the angle there on my left hand. I need to just move my arm out rather than turn the wrist. That's where it's flattening out. See that difference between the left and the right there? In terms of the angle? And then the wrist angle changed for that first cheese right there. Okay, so let's do this again. Welcome to the grind. Okay, so that first cheese at the very end of the first line, if you have the music out, we have bump, bump, bump. And my right hand is changing the angle like that. We don't want that. That's all my right hand's doing. But I just need to move the arm over rather than the wrist over like this. Whole thing. 1, 2, ready, Wow, we made it extra blurry. Let's try it again. 1, 2, ready, Okay, so a little bit better for the right hand there, but let's take a look at the left hand now. I'm gonna specifically focus on it not changing the angles so that it's flattening out. 1, 2, all right, Okay, better. Overall improvement. Still stuff to work on. But let's take a look at the next phrase. So how far do I want to go? Oops. Maybe to there. Okay. Refreshing. Let's try it again. 1, 2, ready, Okay. One more time, and then we'll take a look at the overhead. The instant replay. 1, 2, ready, Ooh, I started to play at the beginning. 1, 2, ready, Okay, let's take a look. And boop. Now we go live. Boop. Yeah. Rewind. And okay, so the playing zones there can be adjusted. That one's moving out a little. That one is too. Okay, so let's watch this in slow motion. And I'll point out some of the things that I'm noticing here that we can work on. Thank you for the react on YouTube, by the way. Appreciate it. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Okay, so playing zones here. I'm too far over. I'm trying to get the wrist over wrist crossover, but it's creating bad playing zones. It'll sound less resonant here than it would if I was playing on the edge. So I just need to move up a little bit more. Kind of like close off that scissor a little. So the left hand was a little high there as well. Playing zones are off here. The left hand needs to be up more, so it's not in the center of the head. Nice and blurry. Right hand went a little high there, so we can just keep this more flattened out, so it's straighter rather than a large, like, rainbow arc. Yeah, and playing zones there on the crossovers as well. And my left hand flattened out a little bit for that. So if you watch right here, for those tap fives, the left hand's a little flatter here than I'd like. Okay, so let's go back. And let's continue to refine here. Okay. Where are we at? So the beginning. Overhead. A little weird with the alternating flams. But we're doing a wrist over wrist here. And we want it to be at the resonant edge rather than here. This will make it thuddy. So this one, my right hand was flattening out a little bit when I was going here, and same thing with my left. Perfect. And my right hand was going too far over here, so I'm slowing this down really slow and really trying to pay attention to those hands to make sure I'm not screwing up the angles of the hands. Really bad fluid motion, or rather a lack of fluid motion. Oh no, my head is starting to split. No! It's got a chip in it. That's bad. Flawless. 2, ready, Ow, I'm hitting the butt on the back of my hand. Ouch. So I'm trying to get used to this so I'm not hitting the back on the hand right now. So I'm just playing like alternating flams, cha-cha-chas, etc. Trying to just get more comfortable with this as I'm playing it. Okay. Uh, and still trying to not change those hand angles when I do those little sweeps. Okay, so the next part is just a matter of keeping the right hand efficient and make sure that the left hand is like up a little bit more. So this part's a little weird. My neighbors are so cool with their super loud vehicles. Children. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm not doing like a stick over stick, but I guess you technically could do that as well. So you could do it like this. Let's see. All right, which one would be more efficient? So if we're looking at the phrasing here, so we have the... So we're here for the hands. The most efficient motion would be to go to here rather than go to there. So stick over stick. So I think I will do that. I'll do a stick over stick there. So we're doing here, trying to get the same height out of the stick so it's not like this. We don't want that. So we want D, 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 D. D, 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 D. So stick over stick, wrist over wrist for that. That's the goal at least. Nope. Okay. Kind of experimenting with it. So bum 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 bum. I gotta make sure that I'm getting far enough over so I can get decent playing zones while getting the wrists out of the way. So this particular phrase is a little bit weird. Just feels like I'm like, yeah, bro, Shia LaBeouf, trying to flex or something. That's not what I want. Okay, so this phrase goes into that 5-lit, and I was changing the hand angle like that when doing the accents. I'm ignoring the Met for the moment. We'll come back to you, metronome. Don't worry. Okay, let's try the whole phrase. So we'll do this a couple times, and then we'll take a look at the instant replay. 1, 2, 3. I want to try again. I want to try again. Okay, let's try the whole thing from the very beginning. 2, ready, and a go. And okay, let's see how this goes. Take a look at the instant replay. Boop, boop. Close. Live. Back up. Back up. And we'll watch it at normal speed, and then we'll slow it back down again. Play. Nice and blurry. No, the playing zones are too high. Ah. Okay. Do. Now let's slow it down. Nice and blurry. Yeah, my left hand is too far up here. So it's too high up over this spot. I think you can see the mouse. And then again, the right hand's going up. Still too far there. Going back to bad habits. Yeah, so I went too far even on that one for the cha-cha-cha. It's just like everything can be much smaller for the motions. I'm like over-exaggerating them. That left hand placement is better for that, so improvement. It's not all like a wash or anything. And then that's a little bit better. We're still going a little too far down for that. The hand angles are a little bit better overall, but still, like, needs a lot of work with it. Let's try this. Do. Let's go slow. Enjoy the shininess. Hey. There we go. Oops, wrong sticking. Or drums, rather. Okay. Let's go faster. We'll go up 3 clicks faster. Clicks faster. 2 and ready and go. Okay, so the I need to make sure that's an upstroke. And then it goes into a downstroke. So stay up, then go down. On that last accent there. What was that? 649. 2 1, 2, here we go. Rushed it. 1, 2, try it again. Nope, wrong hands. Neva's like breaking it down, giving myself a moment to just like rep stuff on my own. This is all stuff that like instructors can also do. If you treat your like rehearsals as a practice session and make it so that people can like work as a group, work individually, work as a group, work individually, it can have like a profoundly positive impact on their own playing, because not only are you teaching them how to play, but how to practice in those moments if you do it that way. I love you. You're cute. We're at 55. Woo! 2, here we go. Okay. 58. Go to that screen. 1, 2, here we go. No, 2, ready, go. Okay. It's getting better, slowly. 1, 2, here we go. Okay. 64. We'll play through it a couple more reps, speeding up. We'll get to 70, and then we will analyze how it looks, give ourselves some more goals to work on for next time, and then we'll chop out. 1, 2, and flawless. 1, 2, and. Played a wrong drum on one of those. Whoops. Fired. Unsubscribe. I get it. I understand. Can't make mistakes online. 1, 2, ready, and. A little angle for the wrist issue there. 1, 2, here we go. started to play the wrong drum. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Okay. Switch over here. 1, 2, ready, and... Take a look at the instant replay. Let's see how it looks. Is it any better? Stay tuned. We'll find out. We'll watch it at normal speed, and then we'll watch it at halftime speed. Normal speed. Activate. No, not 2 times speed. Go back. Okay, normal speed. Yep, left is still high there. Okay, so now let's watch it at quarter speed, and I will point out some of the errors that I am noticing. Okay, so right off the bat, left hand is too high up here. I want that closer to here because of the alternating flams. We want it to be a very small amount of motion going from drum 2 to drum 4. The right hand's in a better spot than that particular hand is. That one could still also be better. The left hand is also, it was flattening out right here. So you take a look. The left hand, too flat still. That's like gonna be a work on that for like months, if not years. Consistent issue. Left hand's a little too high there, but it's better than it was. It's very high there. Still too high up, so I just need to pull it back just a little bit. Playing zones are better here. Left hand playing zone is in a much better spot here, so improvement there. We had a good upstroke for that right hand. Right hand playing zones are a little bit closer to where I want them to be. That's still a little high. And stop. Okay, so lots of stuff to continue to work on here. Again, as somebody who marched snare, I got plenty of stuff to work on. Not for just snare, but also for tenors. Now what I want to do is I want to just chop out, and then we will get ready for some 9 souls here in probably about 20, 30 minutes or so. Let's go to the first link. Boop, here. And yes. Now we're going to chop out with what? How about we do a sandwich and we chop out with what we started with? So we ended off here. So let's turn up the volume a little bit. There we go. This is a float drag with flam 5s. And let's go up. 155. We're going to see how fast we can go. Maybe about 7 beats a minute. Hold me back. It's too fast. 165. We're gonna go until my hands burst into flames, like it's being smoted. I'm trying so hard to not turn my wrist, flatten it out for that left. Let's make these flam 5s feel weird. This is going to be the breaking point, folks. I don't think it's going to even sound good. We will try it, though. Pushing my brain to think faster, hands to play faster. Yikes! That was like tenor taps there. Ooh, shade being thrown. That's okay. All you tenor players out there are better tenor players than I, you know, as a snare drummer. I'm trying. If you want to find that play along, it's under the chop exercises. If you go to the home tab on my YouTube and then click on the header for the drumming content, it shows you just the drumming stuff, and it doesn't show you the gaming or the computer science. But there's over 1,000 videos here. There's like 250 currently scheduled to release that are members first, so just basically early access. So if you see members first, it's not behind like a permanent paywall or anything. I just literally have months worth of content scheduled, a new one daily. But if you want to find it organized neater than YouTube, just go to the first link at the top of each one of these. There are 55 chop exercises. There's over 900 grid variations. There's 55 drum charts. There's over 100 timing exercises. Currently, most of these are scheduled for early access right now. There's over 250 marching bass stuff. There will be, by the end of this week, over 250 technique exercises. All of the tips from people who ask me questions, I put them in this playlist. There's a lot, several hours worth. And then all of the prior drumming live streams so you can see how I worked on stuff. Hopefully today, you're able to see like some of the stuff I'm looking for and how I'm trying to work through it. And maybe that can help with your own practicing. And if not, cool, ignore the drumming live streams. Just check out the drumming tips and all the other play-alongs and whatnot. But again, the book that I was using was Quad Logic, and you can find that in this first link. And it shows you a lot of books I recommend, but it's this one by Bill Buckman. If you use these links that take you to Amazon, I get about 4%-ish back from Amazon at no extra cost to you. So they are affiliate links. So thank you for people who have used it. It does help me out. And thank you for the people who signed up for membership. It does also help me out. But what helps me out even more, just share my content with other people. I just want more people to be able to use these free resources. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to get ready for Nine Souls, which is a really interesting, like a Metroidvania, Sekiro-inspired game. We'll see how my parrying is doing today, so stay tuned for that. I should be on probably in about 20 minutes. I got to tear this down and get set up for it. But I appreciate everybody stopping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.